In a garden next to a house, not very far away, a cat and a dog once lived. The cat and the dog were always fighting. Always. Want to know why? Well, this is why. In the garden, there was only one kennel. The cat and the dog were always arguing about which one of them was allowed to sleep inside the kennel. The dog and the cat started squabbling in the morning. Then the cat cried, for example, "Yes, but I have a bit of a cold, so I have to sleep inside." And the dog responded, "Yes, but you slept there last night, so I should sleep there tonight." And so it went on and on. In the afternoon, things got worse. The cat and the dog confronted each other. The cat kept his wide tail straight up in the air. The cat arched its back. If a cat's tail is thick and its back is arched, the cat is angry. If a cat does this, you'd better get out of the way. The cat began to hiss. Hissing is another sign that a cat is angry. The dog was also angry. The dog growled. "Rrr." He showed his teeth. If a dog growls and shows his teeth, then he is angry. Then you'd better not look at him, and you'd better not stroke him. And in the evening, the dog and the cat began to fight. Really fight. The two rolled around on the ground. They were sitting on top of each other. The cat scratched the dog's nose with its sharp claws, and the dog snapped at the cat. He really bit the cat. It was horrible. Sometimes the dog would win the fight. Then the cat would run away to the other end of the garden. The cat was tired of fighting and had pain everywhere. He licked his wounds, and then the dog slept in the kennel for the night. But the dog also had pain, and therefore didn't sleep well. But just as often, the cat won. Then the dog would escape to the other end of the garden. Over there, the dog howled with grief and pain. He had a scratch on his nose, and a drop of blood came out. And then the cat slept in the kennel that night. But also, the cat was in pain and couldn't sleep well. It was just awful. You don't treat each other like that. But that is how it was, day in, day out. Would it ever end? It couldn't continue like this forever, could it? One morning, the cat woke up. He had an idea. He thought to himself, "This cannot continue. It isn't good to fight. There must be another solution." The cat had slept that night in the garden, and he ran to the dog in the kennel. The dog had tried to sleep, but his nose had really hurt that night. With sleepy eyes, he wobbled out of the kennel. The dog saw the cat and began to speak. "Cat, I have to sleep in the kennel again because—" He stopped, surprised. The cat had raised a white flag in the air. A white flag means that you don't want to fight. The dog waited to hear what the cat had to say. The cat quietly said, "Listen." The dog was so surprised, he waited. "Listen," said the cat. "We can't go on like this any longer. Let's do things differently. I have an idea." The dog had also had enough of fighting every day. The dog listened to what the cat had to say. The cat continued, "It is a big kennel. We can both be in there. And if we sleep in there together, wouldn't it be nice and warm at night? The dog thought about the cat's idea. It was a good idea. He replied, "Cat, that is a good idea. Let's share the kennel." And from that day, the cat and the dog both slept in the garden kennel. The kennel was big enough. And when it was cold outside, the dog and the cat would lie closely together. If they lay closely together, they were warm. The cat and the dog became best friends. During the day, they played nicely with each other. The dog would play horse, and the cat would sit on his back and ride. Or the dog and the cat played leapfrog. Then they would jump over each other. The cat and the dog had a lot of fun from that time on, and they lived happily ever after.